Florencio grew up in the heart of the Amazon jungle in Otana, Venezuela, a small community along the Sipapo River. This vast region is lush with flora and fauna, mountains, rivers, and is home to a mainly indigenous population. However, this jungle has also become a war zone where illegal mining and danger grow day by day, making access almost impossible. When Florencio was in his 20s and 30s, he took jobs transporting tourists and in illegal drug laboratories, often putting his life in danger. Then, in his 40s, Florencio heard the gospel in a way that finally penetrated his heart at an indigenous church. He accepted Jesus and began to follow him. Years later, the pastor in charge of that indigenous church died, and Florencio felt God calling him to preach the gospel. His calling took him throughout the jungle until one day Florencio contracted malaria. He became so sick that he was declared dead and taken to the capital city of Amazonas. But Florencio did not die. Instead, God restored him to life, and when he returned, the entire community knew they had witnessed a miracle. People were greatly impacted, and he began to talk to people about what God had done in him. Afterwards, Florencio sought to grow as a leader and asked God for someone who could mentor and train him. God answered his prayer when a community church planting network leader named Arturo Gutierrez told him about CCP. Arturo mentored him in community church planting's principles, and now Florencio's home is a house of peace, open to everyone and as busy as Grand Central Station. So far, 11 people have been baptized, and they continue to grow fervently despite many difficulties. Florencio has become a true church planter. At 67 years old, he is still risking his life. This time, not for drugs, but for the gospel. In a boat without a motor, Florencio takes the gospel into the deepest areas of the jungle. He strives to reach the most distant places on the river and is a blessing in the most dangerous areas where only indigenous people like him can enter. Florencio is well known as a man of prayer whose life bears the fruit of God's transformation. Today, his wife Elizabeth and their son Carlos serve alongside him. In places where there is gun violence and illegal activity, they live to speak of Jesus, courageously standing firm to honor God. At Impact Latin America, we support the work of faithful, courageous people like Florencio, Arturo, and many, many more. Community church planting enables ordinary Latin American women and men to bring God's peace to places in desperate need, even deep inside the Amazon jungle. Praise God that there is no obstacle that can stop God's work.